Lauren Boebert, who has made her entire brand in Congress about carrying a weapon to work, and
she has a restaurant called Shooters back in Colorado.
Is that right? I didn't know that. But
in Rifle, Colorado, Shooters restaurant in a town called Rifle.
Yeah, well, she's committed to the brand.
She's on with Fox's Tammy Bruce. Is that right? It's Tammy Bruce now on Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Here is just one of the stupider things that you can hear from these right wingers, but it's Lauren Boebert.
What has taken place. And once again, unfortunately, we've proven that gun-free zones are deadly and we cannot legislate evil. But I want real solutions, not just tweets.
Pause it for a second. 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 First off, all of our criminal code is legislating evil. Like, I mean, like what? Like murder. What do you mean we can't legislate no murder?
Yeah.
Well, murder's not, I mean.
Arson, I don't know, like any crime.
Child abuse, yeah.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. We can't legislate all of our laws. We know people violate these laws because that's why people get arrested and go to trial and go to jail.
Yeah.
We have plenty of examples of laws that we pass and people still break them. But there's a theory that it's going to minimize people breaking them. But of course, the idea here is to not allow people to have access to so efficiently be evil. You can't outlaw being evil, but you can outlaw things that make it easy for you to execute your evil plans.
Yeah, you outlaw evil actions. That's literally what I hate that word evil, but that's what the government's supposed to do. I mean, it's silly.
You can't legislate evil is the sort of thing that evil would say.
Evil, in fact, did say that.
It's an ad for evil.
All right, go back. Go ahead.
Our schools secured. I want our children protected, and I want teachers that can protect themselves and their students. And you know what? We can achieve this without trying to disarm law-abiding citizens. For me, this is my equalizer. I need a way to protect myself and my children. And my firearm is my equalizer, my tool to do that. And what I've seen from Democrats is them trying to use this tragedy to their advantage. Their radical political agenda. It's shameful. Schumer blocking the school safety bill on the floor just yesterday. Sandy Cortez tweeting at me, but she hasn't taken up my offer to actually meet and work together. And of course, we saw Beto acted like a total jerk and tried to use the deaths of these children as a prop to advance his political candidacy. When 9/11 happened, we didn't ban planes. We secured the cockpit. And of course, leave it to Barack Obama to make this issue more divisive instead of allowing the nation to come together, mourn, and heal.
Well, yeah, okay. So,
planes. Apologies.
We didn't ban airplanes. We just made them much harder to weaponize. I mean, that's literally what we did. And they're not, we should also say, airplanes, I think most people know this, are not built with the purpose of killing people.
Yeah, they're not made to crash into buildings.
That is not why they're built. They're not built to kill things. That's what guns are built to do. So what we did after 9/11 was to take steps to make sure that they could not be weaponized. If Lauren Boebert is willing to pass legislation that makes sure that these weapons cannot be weaponized, I think we can find common ground. That would be like, how about guns that don't fire bullets? How about that? We could secure the bullets. There are no bullets anymore. And you can have all the guns you want, you just can't put bullets in them. Or there's no gunpowder used with the bullets. How about that? We just have air pellets or something. I mean, it is, it's just, I don't know. I mean, it's
I mean, air travel, like, it's just the dumbest thing ever. One, the obvious point about airplanes are not guns, killing machines. But two, air travel changed a whole lot after. So say we're using this analogy and the airplane is the gun. Well, to access the airplane, to take a commercial flight, you had to go through a series of steps. You had to have identification that was, showed who you were. You had to have your suitcase and your carry-on searched. So basically all of your personal belongings being able to be inspected so that you could use this gun/airplane. You had to go through a metal detector to see that you were not carrying an airplane. Oh, I mean a gun with you to go on the airplane. Like, there are so many. Your freaking shoes had to come off.
Airports are a gun-free zone.
Yes. Like, it's just, I mean, she could not have made a worse comparison because there are so many laws in place that make us, I mean, that are designed ostensibly. I mean, we could talk about the efficacy of those, but to make air flight safer. And it's like, her comparison falls apart immediately.
And it's so, it's just so almost childish and exhausting to point this out. And it just seems so ridiculous because people perceive it as hypocrisy. But the reason why you cannot bring a gun into the NRA convention that they're having in Houston, and the reason why you cannot bring a gun into the Republican National Convention, forget the hypocrisy. It is because they know it's dangerous, because people could die. Even if you were to say everybody brings a gun into the Republican National Convention, and everybody brings a gun into the National Rifle Association convention, which I would imagine at the very least at the NRA, you could get like close to 100% compliance. And in the Republican National Convention, you could probably at least 80% compliance, I would think, maybe 90%. That would be a hard target. Why not? Why not do it? They don't do it because it's not safe. I mean, it's just like, this is remedial stuff. It's crazy. It is crazy. All right, let's take some IMs. And then we'll get into the, we'll take a palate cleanser with Dave Rubin. DJ Buster Natch. Emerging evidence seems to indicate that the cops stopped parents and other civilians from trying to save their children from this brutal massacre. If this is borne out by the facts, it speaks not only to the cowardice of the cops writ large, but also the detrimental role they play in communities in the nation.